All right. Hey, we're going to try to automate the way we teach. In this version, we're going to use an automation tool to rapidly make copies of files in Google Drive. Now, this is going to be a really powerful one. It's going to save you a lot of time. Here's a scenario. So let's imagine you have a class full of great students, 30 students. Let's say that you've created a rubric in Google Drive and it's created in some original Google Drive folder. And let's say that obviously the rubric has a name. So in my case, the rubric is Forms of Value rubric. The project we're doing is 12 forms of value. And so I named the rubric Forms of Value. It's in a folder I have out on Google Drive. Well, I need to make copies of this rubric and put it in a different folder called Graded Works folder. Now I can name this whatever I want. I just happen to name it Graded Works. And I need to put the student's name in the front of this name because, I'm going to grade the students and then I'm going to share this off with them when I'm done. Well, imagine how long that's going to take me. Just the act of going into Google and right clicking this and making a copy and then renaming 30 times. It's not going to take hours, but it's going to take a half an hour. And so instead of doing that, wonder if I could use a tool where I input a few pieces of information, click a button, and all the work is done for me and just rapidly automates that whole process. Well, this is a tool that I've created to do just that. And so you can grab this tool and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. And it'll do that work for you. So as you can see, there's 3 steps to doing this. 1, 2, 3. The first step is that you're going to enter your class roster going down these 2 columns. So students' first names and then their second names here. And they don't need to be in order and you can have 1 or you can have 100. It doesn't matter. So there's flexibility there. Okay, so once you've entered your class roster, step 2 is this is, I would say, the most tricky part of the automation process. It's not too hard, and once you do it once, you'll figure it out and it'll become a snap, but the first time can be a little tricky. And that is to get the folder and file IDs in Google. And we need three of them, and we need to put them here. And so I'll show you, we'll zoom in a little bit. We need to get the ID of the folder where the original file is located. So we need the folder ID. I put a little icon here to help you remember. And then we need the ID of the original file. And then we need the ID of the destination folder. So we need those 3 IDs because that's what the code is going to go latch onto when it's running. And so the end product is going to look something like this. Obviously, your IDs are going to look different. And don't worry, you're not going to type all this. You're going to copy paste this. So don't worry about it. It's pretty simple once you do it once. But let's go see how I did that. So I'm going to go out to my original folder. So here is my original folder. Obviously, yours is going to be different. This is the folder where I have my original rubric in. Mine is called 12 Forms of Value. I'm going to click into there, and you can see that here is that rubric that I have that I want to copy. Now, the ID for this folder is right here. If I click up here, it's all of these characters up until that slash right there, that first slash. So if we look at the URL, it's URL, 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 bunch of slashes, folder slash, and then all of these characters right here are the ID of this folder. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Now you can just if you're on a Mac, you can go Command C. If you're on a PC, you can do Control C. You can also right click and say copy. Now you're going to come out to our tool. I'm going to get rid of these. You're going to come out to our tool, and where it says ID of where original file is located, you're going to paste that right there. Boom, done. Okay, well that's the original. This is the original um, folder. What's my next step? Well, my next step is get the ID of the original file. So let's go do that. Here's that original file. So I'm going to double click on that. This is the original file that I want to copy. And as you could guess, the ID of the original file is at the end here. Now the only little trick is they've added the word /edit here, and we don't want that. So we can delete that. Now the ID is ready for us. It's everything all the way up to that slash right there. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come back out to our tool, and I'm going to paste it in column E. So I'm going to say paste. Perfect. We need one more and then we're done. So I need the ID of the destination folder. Now the destination folder could be where you got it from. So if you want to copy it back into here, fine, do that. Then all you do is take this and paste it here. But I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it go out to this graded works folder, and then I got graded work 2021. Even I'm going to be even more specific. I'm going to say forms of value, because we're going to have a lot of projects. So I created a new folder. Again, I'm going to go get that ID. It's so simple. I'm going to grab the last string here of characters all the way up to that slash, and I'm just going to paste it into there. Boom. So I got my, let's just review. I got the my class roster. I got my IDs. Now we're on to step 3. Start file copy. Make copies. This is a button. All you got to do is click go, which I just did. You can see that the script is running. It's running, and it will tell you when it's done. So the script will pop up a little message box telling you when it's done, and it's done. Finished copying files. Okay. So let's go back to our graded works 2021. Go to forms of value, and look what we got. We got our Chang Tao, Ebony Wilson, Esther Finnegan, Mandy Jensen, and Zhang Peng. Boom. So look at how quickly that was. That was really simple. So that is the automation tool. We are trying to automate the way we teach and make things more automated from every aspect that we do. So reach out to me at this email address with more automation requests and ideas. I love this stuff. And I love to share it. So yeah, that's great.